Welcome to the Paulybuck YouTube channel, everybody. My name is Paul, and I sure am glad to have you with me on this one here today. You gold bears, you might want to stick around. You learned something today.
Give it to me like.
All right, guys, the West Red Lake gold mines, mining up in Canada in the Ontario region. You can find their stock tickers right here in front of you. If you want to check them out after this video is done, they're on the Toronto Stock Exchange and over the counter here. Toronto Stock Exchange, the WRLG, over the counter WRLGF, West Red Lake Gold Mines. Now, why is this important? Right here in front of you is a major shareholder and self-made mining billionaire, Frank Gustra. Our goal, their vision, is to continue to build high-grade resources in one of the richest gold districts in Canada. The West Red Lake Gold Project is here at the Madsen Gold Project, and this is their plan to reduce ongoing liabilities associated with maintaining the Madsen site alignment with active permits, de-risk the resource, and complete additional infill drilling focus near-term high-grade zones, restart the planning, complete engineering trade-off studies to evaluate mining methods or transportation and throughput rates. Restart the execution. Only initiate restart once the project is sufficiently optimized. Initiate regional exploration program focused on discovering additional gold ounces. Commitment. Westlake's team will ensure industry-leading indigenous and community engagements. The Westlake Gold Mines is an opportunity that must be acknowledged and thoroughly understood. Let's just get right into this. And first, I want to address, which is that in 236 years, we have never seen anything quite like this for bond yields that could be huge for gold price going forward. Bond yields have been risky nonstop for this, the third calendar year in a row. And if 2023 ends up being in the negative, it will be the first time since 1787 that interest rates have risen for 3 consecutive years. On the other side of this historical breakout in yields is mean reversion, and that means that the more this record prolongs, the more likely it is that rates will come down in 2024, and that is gold's biggest catalyst by a mile. Keep that in mind, that not in 236 years have rates shot up for 3 years in a row, and that is clear data. But I don't want you to even consider the tailwinds of the possibility into the all-time high for gold prices. Instead, what I want you to do is what the real greats do in this business, and that's become as conservative as possible, as doubting and as grounded as humanly possible, and not even entertain the thought that gold prices will play nice. I am going to ignore the bull market we're in and just look at the West Red Lake Gold for what it is, almost as if it's the dictionary definition of it. The capital structure. Let's start with the basics. The company is worth, as of today, $112 million, with 18 million cash on hand, which translates to an enterprise value of 94 million Canadian and 69 million US. The largest owners of this enterprise are Sprott Resource Lending, with just under a quarter of the company, and billionaire mining mogul, a co-founder of Gold Corp Newmont, Mr. Frank Gustra, with 12% ownership. What do Sprott and Gustra see to make them want to own a third of this business? The main asset of West Red Lake Gold Mines is a past-producing gold mine called Madsen. Before West Red Lake Gold acquired the mine and the state-of-the-art mill that goes along with it, the previous owner reached a market cap of 1.2 billion Canadian dollars, which is 10 times what the market values today. So the market can decline again to value the assets at the same market cap, and I would argue that this company has a far better management team, and we'll get into that. But just because a gold project used to be worth 1 billion does not guarantee it will do it again. So what the true skeptics do is look for liquidation costs, scrap costs, and what miners call replacement costs. How much would it take to rebuild from scratch? Estimates are that we're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 million, according to the tycoon and the industry legend Frank Gustra. But even if you don't agree with him, the most precise way to view this is how much was actually spent dollar for dollar on this project, and answer is 350 million. That undeniably shows how deeply discounted West Red Lake Gold is. Just look at the numbers. Significant infrastructure, over 350 million invested to date at Madsen. So I'm going to leave all their information down in the description below, but this and you reading along should be confident that West Red Lake Gold is a business that is priced in a way that allows for an upside potential you rarely encounter. Director Duncan Middlemiss, the former president, CEO, and non-independent director of West Dome Gold Mines, a company that went from a market cap of 73 million to 2.3 billion in a span of just 9 years, that in itself is just truly spectacular. Keep in mind that the CEO of West Red Lake Gold is Shane Williams, who was the chief operator for a company that in February of 2019 traded for $1 a share, and in 2022 traded for $16 a share. That is a 1,500% move, and that's not even a joke. So let's just think who owns and runs this place. Sprott Resource Lending, 23.8%. Frank Gustra, 11.8%, a self-made mining billionaire. Evolution Mining, the big dog in the region, it itself is a shareholder. Then running the company are Shane with Duncan and Tony, all who have built and been instrumental in creating a multi-billion-dollar companies. So what do we know? The Madsen mines are fully permitted and debt-free. A brand new 800 plus ton per day mill, underground mine, tailing facilities, and water treatment plant. The mill is really how Red Lake Gold can expand and dominate the area. Every other company will need to take into consideration and be open for a merger. At this point, I think 99% of the information is in all of our hands. And just know this: gold was discovered on the shores of Red Lake by L.B. Howey in 1925. By 1936, Red Lake's Howey Bay was the busiest airport in the world. Since 1925, there have been 28 operating mines and 28 million ounces of gold produced at Red Lake. Just a couple of years ago, a company that is still years away from production following a high-grade gold discovery saw its share soar over 100 times. That's 100-fold in just 4 years' time, and was sold for 1.7 billion. And I can draw many similarities between it and West Red Lake Gold, which trades for 100 million. And here's a quick glance at the Rowan Gold Project, and this is just another 100% owned and operated by West Red Lake Gold Mines, which we're not even going to get into today. So in closing, let's just take a look at this chart, and this chart should show it all. 23.4% Sprott Resource Lending, huge in the Canada gold mining industry. Self-made billionaire in gold mining, Frank Gustra, 11.8% ownership in this company. More mining companies involved with this one mining company, Evolution Mining. Van Reck Gold Funds. Management and consultants own 4.3% of this company. Other institutions, another 16%. All right, guys, so in closing, this is something that you really need to look into yourself, as I said in the video. So all that information will be down in the description below. You can go to their website. You can view all these charts and graphs and numbers that I just went over on your own at your own pace.